Hello dear student, hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to discuss about 7th July, the Hindu newspaper analysis. So dear student, you can get this PDF by simply scan this QR code. You will download our application. From there you will get this PDF, and you can to those who are using iOS or iPhone device, they can simply use the Class Plus application, download Class Plus application and use our code PKRMEJ to get this PDF in your iOS device. Okay? And you can join our Telegram channel to get lot of study material, current affair, mains questions. So we are also providing, and you can scan this QR code to watch our daily newspaper analysis in this channel. So first important news of the day. So declaration at the BRICS summit reflect India concern over the terrorism and governance reform. So recently the BRICS summit that is already held in Rio de Janeiro. So their main concern, India's main concern, is about the terrorism, and we want reform in our international institution like UNSC. That is what majorly emphasize that. So majority of the world population is not properly represented in the key global institutions. This is what said by our Prime Minister. Okay? So discussing fellow leader of the emerging nation at the BRICS summit Rio de Janeiro. So it is your you need to remember that the recent BRICS summit is held in Rio de Janeiro, and write in the comment box this is what is the number of which number of summit summit is BRICS summit is held. So write in the comment box. So let me see how many of you know that. So BRICS leader declared that adoption at the summit in Brasilia city reflect India key concern about cross-border terrorism. There is a joint statement which condemn the terrorism all its forms. So which is a good thing for India. So noting that global south has faced double standards. So peace and security, reform of global governance, called for greater role for developing world international decision making. So UNSC is taking a lot of decision regarding how country is going to function, but if you look into their governance, so they are mostly dominated by the Western countries. So they are reflecting the you can say the World War II reality. Now reality have been changing. The developing country like India is a leading player in the international level still, but it is not yet reflect our decision making. So leader from the declaration also recorded China and Russia. They also supported the permanent member of the United Nations Security Councils to aspire Brazil and India to play greater role in the United Nations, including Security Council. So this is a very, you can say, unique statement. First time we have seen that both China and Russia support the inclusion of membership of India, but generally China don't support India membership. So I don't think this is just a gesture they are showing. So 2/3 of the humanity still lack the proper representation in global institution built in the 20th century. So that is the India is having around 20% of the population, but no representation. Africa is also significant number of population, they don't also have the representation. So many countries that play key role in the today global economy are yet to be given seat in the decision making table. So here we are referring to the IMF, we are referring to the UNSC. So this is not just about the representation, it is also about the credibility and effectiveness. If the majority of the country who are leading player, if they are not part of this these global governance, so that means it is going to suffer. So that is the reason today all this crisis that is happening, be that Iran crisis, or you can say Israel Hamas, or you can say Russia and Ukraine. So these are happening because of failure of the global governance. So reiterating that the global institutions have failed to offer effective solution. Here these are the examples. We also welcome the expansion of the BRICS. So it shows that grappling the grouping ability to evolve with the time. So we have included new members. So dear student, it is your homework, study about the new member recently added into BRICS and write their name in the comment box. So let me see how many of you know that. Reflecting some of India core concern, declaration adopted by the BRICS leader condemned the Pahalgam terror attack and in strongest terms. So he called for more representation, international order, and BRICS leader expressed commitment to combat terrorism, including cross-border terrorism, which is concern for India because Pakistan used to promote cross-border terrorism. It's called for expeditious finalization of the comprehensive convention on international terrorism. So India proposed comprehensive convention on international terrorism, so that there should be a proper definition of the terrorism, because some country use terrorism as an instrument of foreign policy. That means good terrorism, those who are helping them, and bad terrorism, those attack them. For example, Taliban, Pakistan used Taliban as a good Taliban, and bad Taliban, Tehrik-e-Taliban, which is conducting attack against the army installation. So this kind of discrimination is very counterproductive. We can see recently Pakistan is suffering severe attack because of this distinction. So next India also want this there is a conventions to comprehensive convention international terrorism within United Nations framework. So group also described the Israel military strike against Iran as a violation of international laws. You cannot bomb another country just because you are thinking something is happened. Okay, so that is what their concern is. So next, no change in the instruction for voter listing review in Bihar. So recently we are seen that there is a you can say review of electoral going on. So defending the special intensive revision of electoral roll under the Chief Election Commission said that so Election Commission held extensive consultation with all political party. No one satisfied with the current status of electoral roll once one reason or other. So it is conducting after due consultation. We'll see in detail about that in later part of the article. So we'll move to the Supreme Court to seek uniform rule for overage vehicles, said Delhi's Chief Minister. So recently the Delhi High Court given an order in 2018 that any vehicles that is older than 10 year petrol in case of diesel and petrol 15 years, so they need to be scrapped. But this is only applicable to Delhi, but all over the India this rule is not applicable. So that is led to the complex in the rules. So that is the reason Delhi government is requesting to have a uniform rule. So this can be, you can say, whenever there is a complex rules, laws, regulation led to the very difficult in enforcement of anything. So you can talk about how complex rules, laws, regulation in India hampering the governance or implementation aspect. Okay, so next is it is a very good news. To pressurize heavy water reactor in Gujarat built indigenously granted license to operate. So 2 indigenous reactor we are going to operate, okay, in Gujarat. So Atomic Energy Regulatory Board. So dear student, you have to study about Atomic Energy Regulatory Board. It is under established under which act, which ministry, what are the responsibility roles of this body. So has granted the Nuclear Power Corporation of India NPCI license to operate 2 indigenously developed 700 pressurized heavy water reactor. So dear student, you have to study about what is the unique aspect of the pressurized heavy water reactor, how it is different from the heavy water reactor, okay, at Kakrapara. So you have to remember it is Kakrapar, so atomic power station in Gujarat. So the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board has concluded the designation and commissioning of the safety. So license for a period of 5 years handed over to the NPCIL. So the Kakrapara the reactor has received permissions to operate full power August 2023, while 4 received 2024 as part of the phase 3 commission of the project. So rigorous review. So we are building, so that it is a good thing that we'll expect, nuclear energy is a base load. It can supply constant load. It is also environmental friendly. So it can help in meeting our ambitious targets of making India carbon neutral by 2070. And dear student, those who want to join our Dronacharya year-long mentorship program, you can simply scan the QR code given here to join. So you'll get high quality guidance at very nominal price. So you can reach out to us, or you can download our application. So next is to Kerala district strengthen vigilance against the Nipah infection. Recently we are seeing rising cases of Nipah. So to prevent that, government recently taken quarantine and proper testing and psychological support, and those who have this symptom, they can reach out to the government. So this kind of step is taken. So here it can be very important for your case study. So it can be very important for your case study. So it is important for your case study. Please note them down. So they can ask in your examination. So rain caused havoc in the Himachal Pradesh. Infant only survivor family in Mandi. Dekho, why this Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, they are this region are having Himalaya like that. So when cloud comes, so they forcibly uplift in the foothill of Himalaya. So because of that, heavy cloud is formed, and this cloud led to the heavy rainfall. That is what called cloud burst. Okay, so this region are prone to the cloud burst and flash flood. So next is UK team land in Thiruvananthapuram to shift grounded Royal Air Force jet to the hangar. So recently a team from the United Kingdom reached in the Thiruvananthapuram to ensure that shifting of F-35V Lightning aircraft to the hangar, and then repair it. If repair is not possible, then they can fold back their wing and take back by using the aircraft. Okay. Dear student, those who are giving mains answer writing, so you can join our mains answer writing program. It is very nominal fee. You'll get high quality evaluation at very nominal fees. And those who are giving 2026 attempt, so you can join our mains answer writing also. So because after prelims you'll hardly get 75 days for your mains preparation, so it's better to start preparing mains from now onward. Okay, so next we're also providing current affair in 5 to 6 pages. You can simply scan this QR code to download our application. From there you'll get it. Okay, so next is and we are also providing OPSC test series, so it is very nominal fees, 500 rupees. So you can just scan this QR code to join it. Okay, so rising concern over the conduct of lawyer in virtual hearing. So we are seeing there are different instances where the virtual hearing is started to help lawyers, so that they can meet they can have multiple session all over the country without visiting. And it also an imperative during the COVID-19, where physical meeting is not possible. But now we are seeing that the rising misuse or you can say bad conduct among the lawyers. For example, recently during the hearing, one particular advocate, they are using the beer drinks during the argument. Some of them are also join the meeting while in the toilet. So these are the mid conduct that we are seeing. But we need to understand the judgment or court proceedings having legal precedent, so we have to maintain certain decorum. So that is the reason the judge or Supreme Court or the High Court, they need to come out with the proper guideline, what kind of dress code, what kind of decorum that is can be expected. In case of violation, there need to be severe penalty also. So next is studying in mother tongue instills strong value, say Chief Justice of India. देखो, it is very important also. देखो, children or kids, they know better about the mother tongue. If you teach them outside any other language, they will not able to understand it. So it is far more better. We need to ensure education of our children in that in that language of their mother tongue. So that is what we need to emphasize, and this is the reason for protest in the Maharashtra also against the Hindi language. Okay, so dear student, you can scan this QR code to join our Telegram, and you can interact with me Saturday and Sunday. So next is Helgoland, the momentous island. So dear student, you have to map this location where it is located. So Helgoland is a spectacular sandstone cliff rising from the northern sea. So you have to map where northern sea is there, and 50 km of the German coast. Barely a square kilometer area where once naval fortresses, later holiday sports for people seeking fresh air. So just you have to study here. Just you have just do some mapping and understand this location. Actually, there is a scientist here, so on that name this island is named, and physics today treat that Helgoland as the birthplace of quantum theory. The island is now famous less for its gun, more for its night of inspired thought. Okay, so the scientists here, and they go at that point of in that place propose the quantum theory. So Helgoland is quite important. So dear student, next is you have to know the flames of engulfed tree during the wildfire in the Ravia, the Syria town. So different part of the world we are seeing the wildfire. So they are damaging huge catch of huge area of forest. So we have to study that because it is important. So how computer and listing ability are changing our relationship with the ocean. So देखो, ocean is a vast area. We not yet fully understand what encompasses our ocean, what are the challenges in our ocean facing. So we are not understanding it. But with AI, with use of space देखो, we are using space satellite. So it is keeping a monitoring on the ocean. We are also putting some sensor within the ocean. So by using that, we are generating vast amount of information, and that information can feed to the AI, ML and big data. So we can identify the pattern, we can identify the behavior. That is very helpful for, you can see here, AI driven analysis, forecast storm surge more accurately, fish can receive timely alert, coastal planner have anticipated erosion. So that can help in lot in our overcoming, understanding the ocean ecology. That can help in climate sustainable, you can say blue economy also. That means we can utilize that knowledge for harnessing the resources of the oceans. That can also use to make our environment protection sustainable also. So next is India bids for both 2029 and 2031 World Athletics Championship. So this is what you can just read. India bid for both 2029 and 31 World Championship. So Air India crash, the cost of risk in modern aviation. So whenever there is any aircraft that is being collapsed or crash, the amount involved is quite very high. So if you look that the industry analyst estimated that total insurance payout could start 120 million to 150. So worst case it can be 250 million. So it is very high amount than the insurance that they are taking. So it might create trouble for the insurance industry. It might increase the premium for the aircraft operator, so that ultimately translate into higher aircraft air travel cost. Okay, so we need to find a big pool of the insurance industry, so that it can reduce the cost of insurance. Okay, so next is National Medical Commission relaxed the regulation on medical education infrastructure and manpower. So recently, following the announcement by the union government to add 75,000 new medical seats over the next 5 years, National Medical Commission has notified medical institution qualification faculty regulation aimed at widening the pool of eligible faculty and facilitating the expansion of undergraduate, postgraduate students. Okay? So according to revised regulation, non-teaching government hospital with 220 bed can now be designated as teaching institution. Also, specialists with 10 years of experience can be appointed as associate professor and specialist officer. Like they are relaxed so many conditions, so that it is quite easy for so that it can quite easy for you can say the increasing the number of seats. Okay. So next, environmental impact study for the Nicobar project downplay the earthquake risk. So we know that this region is quite prone to the earthquake. So the environmental impact assessment study carried out by 72,000 crore Great Nicobar infrastructure project downplay risks of future earthquake, because this region is prone to the earthquake. In 2004 also we have seen there is a severe earthquake that has happened at that time also. So that caused severe damage. So if we are installing that kind of infrastructure, if there is a earthquake, so it is definitely going to impact. So the probability of mega earthquake such as earthquake of 9.2 magnitude had led to the 2004 tragedy. So in that Indian Ocean tsunami, so it is 9.2 magnitude, which is rarest of the rare. So EIA study, while acknowledging the region proximity susceptibility to mass earthquake, primarily downplay. Okay, so just you can just read it out. So the Great Nicobar infrastructure project envisages a transshipment port, an international airport, township development, and 450 MVA gas and solar power plant. Okay, so through the accordance with environmental and preliminary forest clearance has been received. So this is what our plan, so that we can make this is a transshipment hub for all India bound shipment. So next is cooperative must be the India's economic backbone, say Amit Shah. Yes, the cooperative need to be India backbone. This is what said by Amit Shah. So we have seen that there are so many cooperative sector that is operating. Even the Amul, it is going to cross its revenue 1 lakh crore, which is very huge amount. Okay, so we can also promote same cooperative sector in other sector and other part of the world to ensure that it should be and stay vibrant. So no country with poverty rate 28% can claim to be fourth most equal country. This is what said by the Congress. So recently there is a report published by IMF, sorry, not IMF, World Bank can make it said that India is having fourth largest equable distribution of income. So this is what raised the objection. Okay, you can study here. As a lower middle income country, so appropriate rate to measure the poverty is $3.65 per day. So the Congress is accused the central government they are cherry picking some things while ignoring other things, because the center is only focusing on the Gini coefficient falling from 25 from 28 according to the center. This makes India fourth most equal country in world behind the few countries. So other aspect, the government press not mention high wage disparity in India. That means people, different people, they are getting different amount of wages is also high, and possible reason for fall in the consumption inequality. Okay, huge disparity in India in median earnings. So 10% of top, those who are in the top 10%, they are earning 13 times higher than those who are in the bottom of the pyramid. Okay. So next is the Ministry of Minority panel without chairperson since April. So if you look into this aspect, so recently we are seeing that so many the statutory organization, they are operating without its chief and member, so which is very severe concern. So National Commission on Minority set off a vision to safeguard and protect the interest of minority community in India. It is awaited the appointment of head member since retirement of the member. So we can see this organization is created for protecting the interest of our minority community. So how can we can protect when there is organization not functioning itself? So you can see here, you can just study about it, given the detail about National Commission on Minority. So works under the Ministry of Minority Affairs, has quasi judicial power, should have seven member including chairperson, vice chairperson. National Commission on Minority, under this act it was established, so mandated for appointment one member for each the six community. So in India we have six minority community. They are Muslim, Christian, Sikh, Buddhist, Parsi and Jain. So these are the six minority community in India, and they have to, from their member we have to appoint. So it is not first time that there has been delay. So even in past also there has been delay. So it is your homework, study about National Minority Commission. So again, the delay in appointment of National Commission on Minority has impacted the National Commission for Minority Educational Institutions. So this National Commission for Minority Educational Institution, it's also quasi judicial body aimed to safeguard the educational right of the minority. So it's advisory body to the Union Government. It is under educational, on Ministry of Educational Institution. Okay? Union Government on Minority Education. So the National Commission on Minority Education, it is under Ministry of Education. So that National Minority Commission, and it is under Ministry of Minority, but this education is under Ministry of Education. So you have to remember that. So this can be a very good question. So National Commission for Minority Education has been functioning as a single working member. Okay, so that these institutions, they are as a independent, so we need to provide them proper membership. Their members should be appointed, the chairman should be appointed timely manner. On 19th birthday, so Dalai Lama reaffirmed commitment to solve sentient wing. So despite having this time we are seeing that there is a debate on the successor of the Dalai Lama, and China want there should be decide who is going to successor, but there is a institution that is established after the 2011, they are going to decide. Okay, so that this controversy is going on, and currently Dalai Lama is staying in India, Dharamsala, so in Himachal Pradesh. So this decision, and recently our the Ministry of Minority Affairs, Kiran Rijiju, given a remark that the organization that is established in 2011, the sole responsibility to decide who is going to the successor. So after that, sharp reaction from the Chinese side that they said that this amount to interfering in the internal affairs. So after that, our government distanced itself. So government said that we generally don't interfere in the religious affair because we are a secular state. So July 9 strike is for cause of workers and jobless youth. So recent time we are seeing that so many people are not getting job, they are jobless, so they are protesting. So to protest that, so AICTU leader say that strike aims to prepare the working class and agricultural labor for a long drawn battle. She added that investor avoid India due to crony capitalism. So this government has stopped the recruitment. They are not creating for job for the youth. Instead, they have started recruiting those who are already retired for less salary and without any social security. Okay, so due to that, they are demanding protest. So next is why Google AI overview sparked an antitrust you can say the firestorm in the EU. So what happened now? Let's say if you ask some question in the Google search, so they'll provide this information. How they are getting this information? They are getting information from different sites and provide you by using the AI. But it is helping us. But remember that this content, the everything that is written, so different website, there are people working behind them. If Google use their information, Google use their data to provide you the information, so it is the responsibility of the Google to pay back the moment you get everything in front of your website. So you are not visiting that site. So these sites are driven by the amount of visit, amount of time you spend. So on that basis, the advertisement or monetization can happen. So they are saying that we are working, but Google is violating our our hard work, and we are not paying the compensation. So that is what the conflict. Okay, so I think you know it, so just read it out, you'll understand. So next is why Bihar electoral roll being revised. So just read the first, it's very comprehensive is given. So Election Commission of India has initiated special intensive revision of electoral roll in Bihar before general election, before the general election for its legislative assembly. Okay, so recently there is a you can say special intensive revision is going on. So Article 324 of the Constitution provides that superintendent direction and control of preparation of electoral roll for conduct of election lies with the Election Commission of India. And Article 326 talks about every citizen not less than age of 18 they should be provide they are the electorate. So tell me in the comment box which constitutional amendment reduced the voting age from 21 to 18. So earlier our voting age was 21 but now it is reduced to 18. So tell me in the comment box, let me see how many of you know that. So electoral electoral roll are prepared by Election Commission as for the provision of Representation of People Act 1950 and section of the 16. So the section 19 require that person is not less than 18 year of age qualifying date at ordinary resident of a constituency. To have a voter you should be more than 18 year and they should be ordinary residency. And section 20 says that provide that ordinary resident, specify that person shall not be deemed ordinary resident in a constituency simple because he own, that means if you just own a house or property you are not the ordinary resident. Okay, on the other hand it is saying that if you are away from your home state for temporarily, that is not a ground for exclusion of the from the electoral roll. Okay, so just read it out, I think you will understand it better. Okay, so next the end the tuberculosis was not the end of tuberculosis wasn't. So in 1990 many thought that tuberculosis was over, but it was not over. So it is given there are few facts for the tuberculosis. So first one is there is a comorbidity, like HIV positive patients were not most likely to develop active tuberculosis and there is high chances of death. So those who have, let's say, HIV, if they have also tuberculosis, high chance of death. So what are the second reason we are not able to defeat this? Because of development of drug resistance. So nowadays we are seeing that there is a rising of drug resistance, that is called drug resistance TB, total drug resistance TB, extended drug resistance TB. So third was their higher rate of TB foreign born population. So those who are foreign born, there is higher burden. And recently we have seen that the incident of the TB cases is also rising very fast instead of defeating. So our target is to eliminate TB by 2030 as per the Sustainable Development Goal. So Indian diplomacy is measured, not mute. So recently we are seeing that so many, for example the Israel and Iran war, India maintained a strategic silence. So there are arguments that India is not taking steps. So we have to understand we are like in a different interest in the West Asia. For example, India depends on the oil and gas for its like from Iran, Saudi, UAE, like country like that. We are also having largest diaspora in this region. At the same time we are also having strategic relationship with the Israel. So we cannot take a stand. If we can take stand, that is going to impact our national interest. So we have to play our card very wisely so that we can protect our national interest. That is the reason government are strategically silent and maintain our interest and ensure safe evacuation of our people. If we support one, let's say population, one country, so that country might against us, so they start attacking our population. So our population might be died there, and there are 1 crore people of Indian origin residing there. So we have to be very careful. Okay. So next is it is about recently the visit of the Prime Minister. So Modi visited reflect Indian effort to engage with other global South. So we are seeing that Prime Minister visit to the Brazil to attend the BRICS summit, okay, and back. So he also visited the Ghana, Trinidad, Tobago and Argentina. It stopped with views something that is added to our diplomacy, for example pharmaceutical, vaccines, digital technology, food security and critical minerals. So India-Ghana ties were upgraded to comprehensive partnership with the decision of helping Ghana become the vaccine hub of West Africa. So we can make Ghana become the vaccine hub of West Africa. So we can see the enhanced cooperation on critical mineral as well. Argentina was vast reserve of shale on oil. So by having good relation with Argentina, we can provide them with help in pharmaceutical. They can help in providing critical minerals. So it also helps in improving our relations or our image as a global, you can say, the South country which is helping the others. Okay. So like a leader of the global south. So even the some country like Trinidad Tobago, they also joined our CDRI, Coalition for Disaster Resilience Infrastructure. Okay, we have around 3.5 or 35 million Indian diaspora worldwide, so they are pride for India. So this is what said by our Prime Minister. So it is impossible to escape the deep connection between India and five nations. So political theory is share a bond of colony, suffer from the British, Span, Portuguese and Germans. So these are part of the non-aligned also. So this also help in bringing the South-South cooperation. Even the IPSA, India, Brazil, South Africa, so they are also promoting South-South cooperation. So we can say the 9 days itinerary more of common desire to look beyond present global order to promote representative order. Okay. So this article is a very good interesting article. Recent time we are seeing the interest of collusion between the Pakistan and China. Before, China used to give support back, like behind the curtain. Now China is supporting openly, like instead of fighting with India, China support Pakistan Pakistan to have always conflict with India, so that India always keep in conflict with Pakistan, so that it cannot be challenged for the China. So during the Operation Sindoor, we have seen that how Chinese hardware, like their J10 PL16 missile and their air defense system and their satellite intelligence help against countering the our attack. So in future we can expect this increasing role support from the China, and that is what create irritant. So without China involves or instigate Pakistans to involve in continuous attack, and without involvement, that means it is going to bleed India repeatedly and without having any direct consequences. So that led to the, we need to also think like that. If China is creating trouble for us, we need to find the area where China is vulnerable. We need to also take that step also. So that is what this article is talking about basically. Okay. So Khelo Bharat Niti as a beacon for Indian football. So recently India has successfully expressed interest for hosting 2036 Olympic, and in preparation and anticipation of this, so nation will undoubtedly have honor to host various other prestigious international sports. So this is what happened because the Khelo Bharat Niti, that means national sports policy, was passed by cabinet recently. So it is going to give a outline of how we are going to promote the sports. There are several aspects of the policy in my view, so result in appropriation. So this is what given by our sports ministry. So 5 pillar approach of the policy. First is sports excellence. So you can just note them down. So what are the objective of our sports policy? First one is sports excellence, the importance of national team standing in the global arena and work needed on that front. Second one is sports for social development, role of football in how sports can be helpful in social developments. And third one is sports for economic development, how football can contribute to the industry and growth through the events and manufacturing jobs. Sports as a people movement and community sports. And fifth is about sports education. So this is the essence of this article. So just read them out and understand it. Okay. So when it comes to the performance of the national team, there one area policy we need work effectively access to the talent in diaspora. Okay. So just read them out, you'll understand, but you need to remember this 5 point given here about this 5 pillar of the sports policy: second, first, third, fourth and fifth. So if they ask something about the what are the objective of the national sports policy, you have to mention or write that. Okay. So dear student, this is all about the 7th July, the Hindu newspaper analysis. So dear student, if you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe to this video, and please do share this channel with your friend. And if you have any feedback, comment, suggestion, you are always welcome to give that in the comment box. So I'll have to end here, dear student, and tomorrow we'll again meet. Till then, bye bye, take care, have a good day.